everybody. Oh, maybe it'll come up. There it is. Okay. Oh, it's like super. There we go. Okay. All right. So today we're learning some properties of triangles. Okay. So so yesterday we reviewed some congruency stuff from Math 2. And then I also put up a scan of notes also from Math 2 about parallel lines and transversals and what angles are congruent. So those two things will be super helpful for when you, for when you're learning properties of triangles. Okay, so this also is a review. I just wanted to explain it because it's kind of nice to visually see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, as opposed to just looking at a scan of my previous work. Okay, so remember, sum of interior triangles adds up to 180. If you had me for Math 2, you've already done this for sure. But I just want you guys, if you just follow along, draw this on a sheet of paper. I have the blank and filled in sheets attached, but no need for them. So what we would have done in class is I would have had you cut out a triangle that looked exactly like this, and I would have had you color the corners, okay? And then I would have had you arrange them on the line so that the base of them formed a straight line. And you would have, there are multiple ways to do it, but you would have ended up with angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 all added up together to combine to make 180 degrees. So a triangle angle property, our first one is that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 all equal 180 degrees when I add them together, okay? So that's the first triangle angle property. You should remember, all of you should know this. We've talked about this before we left school. The next thing is that the sum, or that the measure of an exterior angle, so for example, angle 4 in this picture, is equal to the sum of the measures of its two remote interior angles. Remote means it does not touch. Okay, notice angle 3 touches angle 4, so angle 3 is not remote. Okay, so our angle 1 is here, our angle 2 is here. These are our two remote interior angles, interior because they are inside of the triangle. These two, if you cut them off of this triangle, if you rip them off, you would see that they fit together so that angle 1 and angle 2 combine, whoopsies, to add to that exterior angle, angle 4. Okay? So I think of remote, I feel like the hardest one to remember in this. Like think about the TV remote. It's remote because you're not having to touch the TV. You can sit in your seat and remotely change the channel and not have to get up and not physically touch the TV. So the remote interior angles are the ones that don't touch the exterior angle, okay? Because they're not getting up off their couch to touch the TV. All right, so that's how you know that it's 1 and 2 and not 3, okay? The base angles of an isosceles triangle are congruent. Isosceles means it has two congruent sides. This little symbol here means that they're not the same, they're not equal, but they're congruent. So their length is equal, they're just not the same exact side. So this is equal to this. If we draw a line going straight down, when this is true, angle 1 or angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent. Again, different angles, exact same measurement, okay? So that's that for isosceles triangles. Flip it over. Equal equilateral triangles are equilateral, or oh my gosh, equilateral triangles are equiangular. So equilateral means that all the sides are the same. Now, what I would have had you done in class was cut this out, and you would have been able to flip it around and see that you could have maybe angle 1 here, angle 3 there, angle 2 there, and it's still the exact same triangle. They look the exact the same, okay? Exact same. The medians of a triangle meet at a point called the centroid. So what I would have had to do is measure out this triangle, the sides of it. There we go. So this one is about 3 inches, so 1.5 would be at its median. 2.5 inches right here. Half of 2.5 would be 0.75. Am I doing that right? Half of 2.5. Half of 2 is 1, and then half of that half is 1.25. I'm very sorry. All right. So I go 1.25 there. And then here, and you can make any triangle you want, and this will work. Okay. We'll call it 4 inches, or yeah. And then 2 would be there. And so if I draw a line, let's see, I think that this line, the medians of a triangle meet at a point called the centroid. So the medians go from that middle point right here to the vertex it's across from. So across there, across here, and then from this middle point to that vertex straight across from it, they all three meet at this same point called my centroid. Okay, so those are some little facts about triangles that you should remember. I have both the filled out version and the blank copy on here. Feel free to write all this down on notebook paper, but that's it for this little piece. All right.